Hello, booktubers. Boomer Bookings here, aka Rick. I hope everybody's doing well. Sipping on my cup of tea. I came on to with a big smile because I finished a thick book, which for me is pretty darn good. This was The Woman in White, Wilkie Collins. And I was surprised that I liked it as much as I did. This one, I wondered where or why I had gotten this one because I had never thought of reading it before, and it was because of Jennifer Brooks. She mentioned it and said it was very good, and I thought, well, I'll try it. And I bought a copy, and it sat there for a long time, and then came We Love Jenny this month. So I decided, well, I'll give it a go. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's a very good book. I won't go into it because my mind doesn't collect facts as well as it used to, so I'm not going to say anything about it other than I watched the BBC film adaptation and I just couldn't watch it because it nothing like the book, and the book was so good. So I was not impressed with the movie adaptation on BBC. So now I'm starting in on this. I've read a couple of the short stories already, The Best of Sherlock Holmes, because it's Holmes is where the heart is, because it's February, and February contains February 14th, which is Valentine's Day and also my birthday. And then one of these weeks in this month, we can read these Sherlock Holmes type books. And I got this one and I thought, yeah, this is the one I want to read. By Manly W. Wellman and Wade Wellman. I don't know when this was. Let's see when this was. First edition, Titan edition, is 2009. It says here 1975, so this was written a good while back. So I look forward to reading that. And then Criminale, good old Criminale, is giving us Garb August 2.5. And that's this weekend coming up, the 17th and the 18th. And I have a stack of trashy books that I thought I'd show you. I have way more than this back in the back. But this is the one I got intentionally to read on Garb August 2.5. Lulie by Peggy Gaddis. I was captivated by the cover. Most of these have very good covers, and I think a lot of times I buy them for the covers. Now, I don't know if anybody is familiar with Richard S. Prather, but he wrote the Shel Scott stories, and I have a shelf full of his in the back, and this is 6 short stories in the Shel Scott canon, if you want to call it canon. And I meant to look up to see who John Lang was. I wonder if I can find that real quick. Sorry about that. I meant to look that up before I even got on here. Hold on, please. Okay, let's see if we can find out. I thought that's who it was. Michael Crichton. This is a pseudonym from Michael Crichton. John Lang, Zero Cool. Is that a great cover or what? Another is The Vengeful Virgin by Gil Brewer. Gil Brewer wrote a lot of gold medallion books back in the day. But that's a great cover too. That's one of the things about these old books. They had absolutely great covers. This one took a little finding for me. Dan J. Marlowe's Drake, The Man with Nobody's Face. And I believe this is the first one. The name of the game is Death. Great action series. Sadly, the author lost his ability to write, and I think it was either dementia, but whatever the reason was, he could no longer write. All right. See, that's dementia here too. Edward S. Aarons, Assignment Zoriah. That was a series that sold well back in the, I guess it was the 60s, late 50s, early 60s. Yeah, copyright 1960. And one from Australia, Carter Brown, Zelda. That was always a favorite cover with me. Carter Brown, he wrote, must have been hundreds and hundreds of books. But yeah. And one more. This is the first in a trilogy about the comics industry back in the early 50s. This is Max Allan Collins' A Killing in Comics. I'm a fan of those comics back in the early 50s, especially the EC comics. But this, let's see, this is the first. I should have brought all three in here. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah, this was the first, and it doesn't have the others in the series. But there are two more. This one takes place in 1948, and it's about, now the names have been changed to protect the innocent, but this is pretty much the story of Superman and Batman, and I believe Wonder Woman, but I'm not positive about that because I haven't read this one yet. But that's what I have to go into this weekend. So I won't be wanting for a trashy book. I recommend Wilkie Collins' The Woman in White. I mean, I know most of you have probably already read that, but I was so impressed that I went ahead and ordered his other, The Moonstone. I'm not sure if that's the same length or not, but yeah, I enjoyed this one enough that I wanted a second one by him, so we'll see how that is. I understand that that one is also very well written and very enjoyable. Well, I need to get back to this, the best of Sherlock Holmes, and see how many of these I can read before the week is out. So I'd like to thank you for being here, spending a little bit of time with me. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I wanted to say it. Y'all have a good week. And I will say God bless you until the next time. Bye-bye.